Well, welcome, Golden Bears. It's so nice to know that some of you are back on campus and a lot of you are getting ready to come back on campus. We have some faculty and staff that are already here, some students, especially our athletes, are here. And so we're looking forward to a great year. I hope everybody got some rest physically and mentally over this last couple of months and ready for us to have a great start to the school term. This is going to be a very short conversation this morning or this afternoon, whenever you're watching it. I'd like us to get off to a good start, but I only really want to talk about some of the things it's going to take to get us to campus. And then next Friday on the 13th, we will actually be having another meeting in person if you choose to do so. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes, but it will go over all of the things that we need to know as we progress through the semester. So, as we all know, change is very difficult, and goodness knows we've been through a lot of change. And I wish I could tell you the change is over, but it's not. We are still trying to fly a plane and construct it at the same time. And being a wonderful school that has wonderful engineers in it, we all know that that's really not a very effective way to do things. But under the circumstances, it's the only way we have. So what I'm going to talk to you about today, in all probability, some of it will not change. What's expected to come to class and to start school will not change, but some of the other things may change. So just want to be you aware that we're still learning to pivot, learning to change as we go, and we will do fine. So let's take a look now first at what you're going to need to do to return to campus as safe as possible. First, let's talk about vaccination. Anyone that has been vaccinated should have registered on our website by August the 1st. If you have not registered, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, if you have not registered by August the 1st, you are considered unvaccinated. Every faculty, student, and staff who has not registered by August the 1st will be required to provide a negative test report to Student Life. And the test must have been performed after August the 1st. That must be a PCR test. The quick test is not acceptable. And this test must be provided by you. The university will not be doing testing. You will be required to bring that. And you will be required to do that before you will be allowed to go to class and to participate in activities. Now, if you're fully vaccinated, and of course we know that fully vaccinated means you've had 2 shots of either Pfizer or Moderna, or you've had 1 shot of the JJ, and you are 2 weeks out from any of those, either the last shot or the first shot of J&J. So if you are fully vaccinated and registered and have registered before August the 1st, you will not have to bring a proof of testing. Now, if you are fully vaccinated and did not register, or you got fully vaccinated anytime after August the 1st, you can go in anytime you need to and update your progress on the website. And when you do that, you will be taken off of the list that will be required to do surveillance testing on a random basis. But until you do that, you still will be on that list. So, and if something happens and you were fully vaccinated and didn't register, you can go in and do that, but you will still be required to bring us a negative test to come to campus. Now, if for some reason you believe that you are unable to vaccinate for medical reasons, you may apply for an exemption and accommodations. Please refer to our return to campus information on our tech website to find where you should submit all of this verification for those exemptions and accommodations. Now, let's talk about masks. Now, as of today, you note I said that, as of today, here are the procedures that we will follow. If you are vaccinated, you may choose to wear or not to wear masks on any university property, indoors or outdoors. If you are not vaccinated, you will be expected to wear a mask in all indoor facilities of the university. And when outdoors, you will be expected to wear a mask if you are around a fairly large group of people, so that we're not spreading anything that we don't have to. So, two things: if you are vaccinated, you may choose to wear or not to wear indoor and outdoor on university property. But if you are not, then you will be expected to wear your mask on all the facilities indoor, and of course outdoor, only if you're in a large group. Now, the university has set a goal of hoping they can get 80% of everyone vaccinated by September the 1. Now, we know that this variant has really caused problems everywhere. It's growing and getting worse, and we have a much larger infection rate than we've had before. So we really want to strive for that 80% by September 1. Now, if by September 1, we don't have an overall 80% rate, then WVU will have additional enforcement and safety protocols for those who are unvaccinated. That will include increased testing frequency and penalties for failure to comply with the COVID-19 related requirements. So let's be aware that we want to be respectful of all the people and their choices. Now, I can tell you this variant, as I just said, as it's explained and becomes even more prevalent, I will be wearing a mask when I'm with a group of people which I do not know their vaccination status, even though I have been fully vaccinated. I want to make sure that I keep everyone safe around me. I have 2 little granddaughters that are 4 and 6 that can't get vaccinated. So I want to make sure that when I go and interact with them, that I'm not passing something on. That's my choice of being vaccinated to do that. So I want us to please make sure that we are respectful. We also ask, if you're in a setting where you're near a person in a close contact and you have faculty members, let's take, for example, a lab. Let's make sure that we are as respectful as possible for what maybe needs to be done in that classroom. Now, we can't mandate you wear a mask if you are vaccinated, but I think sometimes we need to think about the people around us and how comfortable they feel, including our faculty members. So if a faculty member happens to say, you know, I feel in this lab, maybe it wouldn't hurt if we all had a mask on while we're doing this activity because we're so close together, I'm just going to ask you, I'm not going to ask you to do it. I'm going to ask you to think about it. Because being respectful and also kind of be accommodating sometimes can help a long ways as we go through these tough times. So I just wanted you to know that there, you know, we can't mandate, but we also can learn to be kind and very courteous to the people around us. Now, you should have also received in the mail you should have received an email that will connect you to the modular that you are required to do. All faculty and staff are asked to do that modular, and they're asked to have it completed by the 17th of August. It is required, so look up your email or go back to the Return to Campus website and click on that link, and let's get those modulars done so we're all up to date and ready to go on the 18th and the 19th of August so we can start classes. Now, we're going to have a campus meeting on the 13th, and it's going to be in Carter Hall, and anyone and everyone that wants to come in person is absolutely welcome in doing so. But I only want you coming if you feel comfortable in doing that. Those of us that are vaccinated have the choice to wear or not to wear a mask. Those of you that want to come in person, if you're not vaccinated, you're expected to wear a mask. But there also will be a Zoom link so that if you don't feel comfortable right now in doing that, then you can do that from your office on your computer. And that certainly is okay. Now, more than anything, I'd love to be able to say to you, expect as many people as possible to be there. But I don't think we're there yet. I just don't think people truly yet feel comfortable with the variant growing as it is and being in large crowds. Some people do and some people don't. So I will say, I hope and pray before the year's over that I can say I expect to see as many of you as possible at this meeting. And let's go and have fun and get to talk to each other and look at each other, see us smile, see us frown, see us make funny faces. But absolutely, I'm so thrilled to be able to at least start on that way. But do not feel that you are obligated to come in person if you feel the least bit uncomfortable, because there will be a Zoom link. We'll put that information out at the time and the Zoom link at the beginning of next week for the campus. Many of my executive staff are going to be at that meeting on the 13th. We will go over all the things you need to know as we progress about what's going to happen in a classroom, what's going to happen on campus, and how we plan on moving forward and making this a wonderful year. As you know, last year, us, the Golden Bears, we showed the world how you can embrace change and work in an ever-changing environment and do it beautifully. And I know we will continue to do that this year as we move ahead. But we're going to have to do it with kindness. We're going to have patience again. And we're going to have to actually take care of each other as we move along this path. So as I said, this was a short message today. I wanted to make sure everybody understood what it took to get to campus. I look forward to seeing everyone on campus, in your classes, in your buildings, in your offices. I look forward to talking with you very soon. And again, the campus meeting will be on the 13th. So I know we're going to have a great year. And so let's go Golden Bears.